Okay. All right, I think we have everyone we're expecting. Just really quickly, I suppose I need to make sure we have a quorum because we have a new group size, all kinds of new stuff we'll talk about in a second. But people who are here who are members of this new board are myself, Mary, Rob, Elisa, Brad, Lacey, Jasmine, and Megan, which is more as a majority of the inactive members that we have. Okay, so I'll call this regular meeting of the Economic Development Advisory Board to order. Thanks everybody for coming. This is the first time that we're meeting in this new format. Officially, the Economic Diversification Advisory Council is no more. And so we have managed to consolidate those two boards to one, and there's a couple other changes that I'll touch on in a minute. But Dave, thank you for your continued contribution to this board. I'm really excited to move forward. Are there any conflicts of interest, disclosures, or ex parte communications to share today?
I feel like I should just say that we're talking about the long-term child care funding, and I'm the chair of that board.
Yes.
I'm not receiving any compensation from them.
Hearing none, are there any citizens to be heard? Hearing none, I think we should do a round of introductions. I think most everyone knows me, but I'll start on I'm economic development for August Brandon. So I'm the economic development director for Grand County. My name is August Brandon, and I'll let Mary go next.
Mary McGann, member of Grand County Commission.
Rob Walker, the chair of the Community Child Care
And board member.
and board member of, yes, Economic Development Advisory Board.
Dylan Jones, city liaison on the travel council.
Elisa Martin, Associate Planner for Grand County Planning and Zoning Department, and on this board.
Then I'll turn Grand County Economic Development.
I'm Noah Corblue. I am a
Excuse me, what's your name again?
Noah.
I'm a rural development specialist with RCAC. I believe Carol Cohen came and gave that presentation to some of you previously, so we worked together. And I am here providing technical assistance to you all and to the Economic Development Department for their economic master plan RFP.
Yes.
Okay.
Lots of backgrounds.
I'm Brad Bertosh. I retired a few years ago from economic development and venture capital organization called venturecapital.org. Now I'm doing angel investing, and I'm now, as of the last 2 weeks, a full-time resident of Moab.
Very cool.
So,
And I'm on this board.
yeah, great.
Chanel Marinuzzi, Area GM at 4 hotels, as well as sitting on the Travel Council Board. Jenny Gleason, Chair of the Travel Council Board.
Awesome. Online, I'll just call people out for the sake of organization. Megan, do you want to go first?
Sure. I'm Megan McFall. I'm the Regional Small Business Development Center Director, as well as the Custom Fit, and work for Utah State University. So have the workforce development as 50% of my job as well.
And Megan is representing USU on this board going forward, and will be the person, once we get through the details, supervising the SBC position at USU Moab going forward. So we thought it would be really good to have her be a part of this board as we're thinking of programming, synergies as we're collaborating on that. Jasmine, do you want to go next?
I'm Jasmine Duncan, I'm member of this board and the mayor of Castle Valley.
Awesome. Lacey?
I'm Lacey Shumway. I'm the executive director of the
To clarify, Lacey is the director of the Chamber of Commerce and a member of the Travel Council Board as well. You just cut up a little bit. I just wanted to make sure everybody heard you. And then we've got Melissa Stocks online. I think she's getting a haircut, so I'm not going to make her say anything or share her face, but she is one of the assistant marketing directors in our office, mostly for the tourism activities that we do. Let's get into it. So a couple things generally today, there's just a couple kind of housekeeping things. I wanted to update everybody on, what the new bylaws look like, who the new board representation is, what are the vacancies, what is the next step to fill those, and when are we going to meet, how are we going to meet, all those kinds of things. And then the only kind of piece of ongoing business is reviewing the Moab Community Childcare proposal and some updates there, and then hopefully get at least a full hour with Noah to do an exercise to help get our brains churning on putting together an RFP for an economic development master plan, start figuring out really what are we trying to do with such an exercise. She's going to be with us all day tomorrow in the office actually doing the thing. Well, she's not going to write it for us, but helping us think through what we need to be thinking through. So the first action item that we have today is approval of the January 11th. I should say we can just do these all at once. But we have on the table consideration to approve January 11th, February 8th, and March 8th meetings for this body, meeting minutes for this body, as well as and April 14th, as well as April 13th meeting minutes for the Economic Diversification Advisory Council. We figured that we should approve those minutes for the diversification body so that we can kind of wrap it up, have everything online and archived, and then we'll move forward from there. So I'll entertain a motion.
I move
Those action items.
I move that we accept the minutes.
Offer it. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Great. Any discussion? Nope. At least to beat you to it, Jasmine.
All right.
Any discussion? Did everybody have a chance to review them? Are there any concerns? They got distributed. I don't think there's anything.
I assume that as part of the minutes, that it is not part of the minutes, is the change of the resolution and the bylaws. Those are going to be separate things we're going to talk about.
Correct. So that would be in this week's minutes.
Okay.
And I'm going to go over that today. Yep. So it sounds like there's no further discussion. I guess all in favor.
Yes.
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed. Okay, that motion passes unanimously. So let's kind of go to the bylaws. Ben, can you pull up the bylaws here so that the online folks can get a reference? And I'll try to make sure that you can share.
Yeah, I don't, oh yeah, that's right.
Or maybe I should just share my screen. Maybe that's easier.
I can put that right now. Looks like I've got access.
Okay, so we have been talking about this for several months. We finally brought this to the county commission meeting on May 2nd, and had some concerns from Lacey in the chamber, specifically when it comes to, I heard two concerns mainly, and Lacey, you can clarify if I've missed anything here. But trying to make sure that conversation around tourism related economic development is not shut out of this body, isn't excluded explicitly, and that we have a little bit more private sector representation. And so we tweaked the bylaws. It turned out, I should say, we postponed it from that meeting at the beginning of the month. We worked with Lacey and Jenny actually to go over it and make sure that what was in there made sense. We tweaked some things that we noticed anyway as a result of postponing it. But mainly we added two more positions for the private sector. And I don't know if maybe we just want to go just gonna see if there's any particular sections that are worth looking at.
And I'm sorry that I didn't print more, but I do have one copy if you wanted to share it or take a look at it. I know it's a lot of text.
I had a couple of questions.
Yeah.
At least on the copy that I read, this may have been modified since then.
It has not.
But I was a little confused about who sits on the board. There was a discussion about we must have 7 voting members, 5 ex